Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Alright, so today I'm doing something I have never done before, and that's a watch review. So, right here in these three boxes I have the Dango Trek, the Dango Dive, and the Dango Chrono watches. Let's check them out. Alright, so just to be clear, this isn't necessarily a review on these three watches. I'm going to take them out of the boxes, show you each one of them, talk about them very briefly to anybody that's never heard of them or have never seen these before. So let's start here with the least expensive one, and that is the Dango Trek. So this has the green Dango logo there, and they all come with this little slip cover. This one has the green inside. So all three watches come in a very similar box to this one here, and as soon as you open it, there it is, the Dango Trek. And I'm gonna give you a nice little close-up of what this watch is all about here. So this is the Dango Trek TK01 watch. You can see right here, that's a 45mm 316L stainless steel watch case right here. Now all three of these Dango watches I'm gonna show you are sapphire crystal. Now the Trek watch here has a 45-month battery life, and it's a 371 1.5 volt battery. And you can see here, it does come in two different versions. This one right here is the NATO strap. So they are selling this one for $175 with this NATO strap, or you can get it for $200 with this Horween leather strap, which is my personal favorite. So getting back to the watch, so it weighs 102 grams. It does have a luminescent dial, so if you guys are wearing this in the daytime, at night, those numbers will glow. Now all three of the watches I'm going to show you are all water resistant. This is the least water resistant, but it's still up to 50 meters. So you don't have to worry if you guys work out in the rain or anything like that. Now what's really nice about these watches is it features Swiss Ronda movement. I mean, I've had these watches for a few weeks now, and it hasn't even lost a minute. So the movement in these watches are spot on. But if you do want to change the date or the time on this, the crown here has two levels. So you pull it out to the first level, which is the first click, and once you start turning the crown, it'll adjust the date. But then if you pull it out one more time, that's how you can adjust the time. And of course, while you're adjusting everything, the second hand will stop, and as soon as you press it back in, it'll start ticking up again. All right, so let's check out the next watch, and that is the Dango Dive. So this one has the yellow accented box, and as we open it up, there it is. So let's take this off the little pillow. So I want to give you a nice little close-up of the Dango Dive here. And I really like this watch. I've been checking this out for the last couple weeks, and I really like the look of this one. So this is the Dive DV01. This one comes with a silicone sport band, and you can pick this one up for $325. But you can also get the Dive with the metal bracelet and the micro adjustment buckle. All right, so just like the Trek, this has the 45mm 316L stainless steel watch case, but this one's a little thicker. So if I hold these side by side, you can see that the Dive is much thicker than the Trek. Right there. Also, with this being a sport watch, it does have this rotating bezel, which I really like this. Now this one also features that Swiss Ronda movement. Like I said, I've had these for a few weeks now, and they haven't lost a minute. So just like the Trek, it does have that sapphire crystal front, but this one being called the Dive and being more of a sport watch, this one has a 200-meter water resistance to it as opposed to the 50 meters here on the Trek. It does have that same luminescent dial, so it will glow in the dark, and this one weighs just a little bit more at 130 grams. But of course, if you get the metal bracelet one, it weighs a little bit more than that. Now the Dive here has the crown right dead center on the right hand side of the face, and it still has that two-level design, so you pull it out once to adjust the date, pull it out twice to adjust the time, and then just press it back in. Now if you're worried about the battery life in the Dive, don't, because it's still the same 371 1.5 volt battery, and it still gives you a 45-month battery life. Alright, so let's move on to my personal favorite. It is the Dango Chrono. So this one has the red accented box here, and then once you open it up, check this guy out. Taking it out of the box here, I'm gonna give you guys a nice little close-up of this watch, and you can see why this one is my personal favorite. It is absolutely gorgeous. So this is the CR01 Chrono watch. So you can get it with this metal bracelet here with the micro adjustment buckle. This one as is $450, or you can get it with this Horween leather strap at $425. So I really like this stainless steel bracelet here. It has the micro adjustment buckle right here, and I'll show you how this works. Right dead center, it has this little tab. So you press the tab, and then it comes undone that way, and then it comes undone that way. That's really cool. But most of the time, you don't have to take it off all the way. You can probably just leave this one side snapped in like that, slap it on your wrist, and then boom. But it has these little micro adjustment tabs right here. So right there. You can press that in. You can see how I'm pushing it in there. And then push it again, and then it slides back out. So depending on how big your wrist is, you can adjust it to the exact size of your wrist. So the case here is a 45mm 316L stainless steel case. So side by side here, here's the Dive and here's the Chrono. So you can see the Dive here is still considerably thicker than the Chrono. But then I hold it up against the Trek here, and right there. So those are right about the same. So this features a Swiss Ronda chronograph movement. Now I'll show you how that tachymeter works shortly. It does have that same sapphire crystal front. It shares the same luminescent dial as the other two watches. This one is 100mm water resistant. So it falls right in between the Trek and the Dive. This one's 50, this one is 100. And this one is 200. Now the battery in the Chrono is a little different. It's a 384 1.5 volt battery. It does have a 54-month battery life as opposed to 45 months as in the other two. You do get the slight edge on battery life with the Chrono, but this one does weigh the most at 204 grams. I'm guessing it's because of the stainless steel metal bracelet here. Now let's talk about that tachymeter here for a second. You can see right here, you got the numbers around the bezel. Then you have the two pushes right here above and below the crown. Now you can see that second hand right there. That's not really the second hand like on other watches. The second hand is actually right there on the bottom of the watch. You can see it ticking up right there. Now I'm gonna show you how this works. You press the top pusher here and it starts to count. If you ever want to pause it, just press the button again. It stops and pauses. And then the bottom pusher right here in red, that's how you reset. Check this out. Reset, boom. Then you have the crown there right dead center. If you want to adjust the date, pull it out once, pull it out twice to adjust the time. But this Chrono is absolutely gorgeous. I love the look of this watch. And my personal second favorite is this Dive here. So if I had a choice, it'd be one of these two watches, not taking anything away from the Trek. But my personal taste lies in one of these two right here. Now one thing I really like about these Dangle watches is that they have this patented interchangeable lug system. So we have these lugs here. This is the solid lug, just so you can see right there, those are solid. And then these lugs right here, this is called the truss lug. You can see they look like truss. And then the last lugs are these hoop lugs, the ones you see right here on the Trek. But what makes these lugs so nice is how you change them in and out. So you see that little screw right there? There's a lock and unlock symbol right above it. So you take a tiny little flathead screwdriver. Let me see if I can zoom in here. And all you literally have to do is push that in there, right to unlock, and it pops right out. It's just that easy. Let me do that again. So unlock, pops right out. Let's do it again on this bottom one. And turn it, pops right out. It's just that easy. Now let's bring in this Horween leather strap, and it's just as easy to put them on. So you fit it into place and turn that over to lock. Check that out. This is one of the easiest interchangeable systems I've ever seen. Not that I'm a watch expert or anything. Maybe this has been around for you watch guys, but I've never seen this before. And this is just so easy to interchange your straps. Check that out. And I absolutely love this Horween leather strap. It's a pretty thick leather, as you guys can see, and it's super soft. This is my personal choice if I'm gonna wear one of these watches. But say for example, you like the truss lugs on here and just wanna change out the strap. So right there, all you have to do is just push that little screw in. So press that in and it releases the strap. So I'll show you how that works. We got this little lever right here, and if we pull it, just pulls that little pin out. It's just super easy. So push this side in first, because that has the little screw, and boom, snaps right back into place. I love it. So you can see it takes me no time at all to change out the lugs or the straps on this watch. So before this, I was wearing an Apple Watch, and this has completely taken over that spot for me, because this is actually easier than changing out the Apple Watch straps, which seems a little crazy. It just is. So turn that. I mean, this is so easy to do this. So if you guys wanted to get a close-up of this Horween leather strap, it has Dangle on the bottom side. And on the bottom of the longer strap, it does have Horween leather stamped right there. So if you head over to Dango's website, you can see that every strap that I showed you, you can buy separately. So if you want to buy the stainless steel bracelet, it is $100 if you buy this separately. The Horween leather strap is $50. The silicone sport strap is $35. And the least expensive is that NATO watch strap at $25. Then you can purchase the lugs separately too. You have the truss lugs at $35, the solid lugs at $30, and the hoop lugs at $25. Alright guys, that's pretty much it for this video. What do you guys think of Dango's watches? And also, which one's your favorite? You got the Trek, you have the Dive here, and then you have my personal favorite, the Chrono. So let me know in the comments below if any of you guys have actually picked one of these up or planning on picking one of these up. Now I will leave links to each one of these watches in my description box below. And I still have that special code CT10 for all of my subscribers. So if you guys want to pick one of these up, you get 10% off if you use that code. And yes, Dango did send these over to me to review, but I have to send them back. So maybe I'll just be using my own code as well because I really like this Chrono. But if you guys did enjoy this video, please give me that thumbs up. Please subscribe. And go!